Hello and welcome to another supply chain focus edition of Inside the Pod, the PGRO podcast. I'm Matt Webster and today I'm talking with Emily Williams from Novo Farina, a company founded to produce gluten-free products using yellow peas. So Emily, if you could just start us off by telling us what your company does.
So we are the only UK manufacturer with the capabilities to develop extruded texturised pea protein using whole yellow peas. We've been going for about 6 or 7 years now. The business was originally founded to produce gluten-free products using yellow peas for the sort of gluten-free market. And then it has evolved in the course of the last couple of years to specialise in extrusion technology, developing texturised pea protein, which predominantly is used within the meat replacement industry. So we sell into the plant-based category and various different sectors sort of and channels within that. So we've got quite a wide range of customers. So they range from sort of big food manufacturers. We do some private label products. We work with sports and nutrition brands. And we've also recently started moving into food service because we have a couple of products which are essentially ambient meat replacement ingredients. So great in sort of large scale catering or development of sort of bespoke products that, restaurant industry wants to create.
Cool, fantastic. And could you just walk me through what products you offer?
Sure. So all of our products they're gluten-free. So we're a gluten-free site. So all of our products are gluten and allergen-free, and we offer an alternative to soy, which is the most predominantly used pulse-based protein or plant alternative within the meat alternative space. So our products range from so we've got about 16 different variants of texturised pea protein. At the top end of the scale, you've got your really high protein products, which are great for the development of things like burgers and sausages and mock meat alternatives. We've got a sort of middle of the road range, which can be used within a catering or even a domestic environment, although we don't have retail products at this stage. That's quite simply, it can be either hydrated before use or added straight to a sauce. So it's a good alternative to something like corn mince, which is quite, obviously really big within the market, but it's got a much cleaner ingredient declaration, and it's allergen free and ambient, so it doesn't require freezer space or refrigerated logistics. So that's a plus point. And then we also have a panko crumb, which is made exclusively from our yellow pea flour, and that's a gluten-free alternative for crumbing particular types of products. We don't just focus on sort of vegan or plant-based. We also have a range. We have products which can be used in hybrid product development, so reducing the meat content of a product or a dish.
Where do you get your supply of pulses from?
Okay, so we have our own supply.
Right.
We have our own network of growers. One of our founders and one of the directors of the business is the farmer of a large supply of our peas. So those are milled into a flour, and that's one of our base ingredients. The missing piece at the moment is that there's no current UK manufacturer of a pea protein isolate or concentrate. We have ambitions to be able to do that ourselves, so we're currently going through an investment round at this moment in time. Done a lot of work on sort of future business plan, which involves having complete farm to fork end-to-end operations at an on-farm site location really close to where our extrusion factory is presently in Norwich, and that would see us using our own supply of yellow peas to develop the missing piece at the moment, which is a pea protein concentrate or isolate. So we require that as the other ingredient in our extruded products, which gives it the functionality and the protein content. So we're currently working with a manufacturer and supplier of that as close to UK soil as possible, and that's coming from France.
Fantastic. Now, sustainability, that's a massive thing in the industry at the moment.
Huge.
So what measures do Novo Farina take to make sure that you are being as sustainable as you can be?
Okay, so there's two kind of pieces to that. So one is supply chain. That's absolutely critical to our sustainability credentials and also the ethos of the business. So using locally grown raw materials is absolutely top of the agenda, and there is a huge network and demand from growers within the UK that want to be able to grow yellow peas, and we know that from the interest that we receive and the requests for contracts on an annual basis to grow that particular crop and the variant of yellow peas that we use in our products. So working with British suppliers as kind of close to our location as possible is top of the agenda. The other piece that we have is in terms of supply chain within the food industry. So the products which we produce and develop, in terms of competition at the moment, the majority of products that are being used within the industry are being imported, and the cheaper products which are imported into the UK are coming from the likes of China, where actually the protein is a waste product, so the quality isn't great. Obviously carbon footprint in terms of shipping is not great, and that's sort of one of the areas which we're able to offer that security of supply and that lower food mile product to our customers. So they're the two real keys. So really it's all about supply chain, but it's coming from those two different elements of what we're using in our ingredients and then what we're able to offer our customers in terms of our own manufacturing and sourcing.
And I suppose as well, obviously, all your products, it's all about meat substitute, right? And so that's another aspect of becoming as sustainable as possible. As we all know, obviously, meat is not the most sustainable food source. So another great avenue to go down for sustainability.
Exactly.
Now, did you say you were based in and around Norwich? Is that right?
Yeah, so our manufacturing site is in Norwich, and then we're sourcing locally grown peas from Norfolk and Suffolk.
Right. Is there any is Novo Farina involved in any community work like that in the area?
No, we're not actually. So we're still very much in a sort of startup phase at the moment. So all of our efforts have gone into sort of getting our manufacturing site up to where it is.
Yeah. Fair enough. And so you've already outlined, obviously, that seems to be a lot in the future of Novo Farina in terms of expanding and increasing sustainability and making our supply chain better. Is there anything else in the pipeline that we'd be able to talk about?
No, I think we probably, in terms of our longer term ambitions to have full end-to-end operations and the investment round that's currently underway, to establish that pea processing site close to our factory location. So that's from processing peas straight off the farm right through to producing a protein concentrate, which we would use in the production of our meat replacement ingredients. So yeah, that's probably the biggest focus at the moment for the business, and also scaling up our current operations. So we've got and have been for the last year really trying to drive brand awareness of what we're doing as a manufacturer in the industry and raising awareness and profile of the business as an alternative to, like I said, some of those cheaper imported, much higher food miles, higher carbon footprint products which are being used at present.
Fantastic. Thank you very much, Emily. And that's it for today's episode of Inside the Pot. Thank you very much for listening. If you never want to miss a future episode, be sure to subscribe to the podcast on Spotify or whatever service you use to listen to our podcast. And we will see you in the next one.